I have a question for you.
Hmm.
Kind of on this topic of the difference between love and attachment and kind of looking at our own experiences of that. One question comes to mind is, well, what does love require of us? Because with the attachment, it's like, oh, give it to me. I want that. Like that attention or whatever it is, that
Yeah.
feeling of being special. And it's not like love kind of requires anything of us as an individual necessarily. But of course, the more we look at it and understand what love is and that there's different kinds of love, what
Hmm.
does love require of us to become a more loving person or to find more satisfying relationships?
That's a very good question. Like you said, there's like these different types of love. It starts with this just this feeling of affection and warmth to someone, which doesn't have the sense of I like you or I find you attractive, appealing because of something that you're doing for me. It's more this ability to see people as have the warm fuzzies about someone just because they exist. Like if you see your dog in front of the fire and they're not doing anything, they're fast asleep, and you look at them and you have this immense feeling of affection for them. They're not fetching your slippers, they're not actually helping you at all. But in their own right, you see them and you think, that dog, I love that dog. And that
Mm,
warm feeling comes. And then on the basis of that, you can develop this feeling of that dog's happiness matters to me.
mm,
Not because of me, but because of the dog. I just want the dog himself or herself to be happy. And then if you see the dog is like whimpering or, you know, you want to help. That's that feeling of I don't want you to suffer. I want you to be happy. The wishing love comes, wishing
mm.
that to be happy. And all those those are all these other centered minds that what does it require of us? Yes, it requires shifting away from our absolutely typically quite obsessive self-concern.
Yeah.
We can do it. It requires that of us. Would you agree? What's your
Yeah, I would completely agree with that, that love requires us to shift out of that self-centered, self-consumed state. I mean, I think in one way, what it requires of us is to change in
mm,
that way. But I think it also requires us to pay attention because a lot of times we're just not paying attention to other people. We're not aware of, I mean, I've had this experience where in thinking about Buddhist teachings on love, I kind of realize I don't even think there's actual other beings out there who have rich and interesting and complex lives as much as I think my own is. It's almost like they're a placeholder for a person, but they're not
that's
really
really
a
they're like
human being.
extras in the movie of your life.
Totally extras. So
Yeah.
I'm just not paying attention to them. I'm paying attention to kind of my world, and
The world and their part in that world as opposed to their
exactly.
center of their worlds, this how everyone is equal. I mean, everyone is the same. Everyone wants the same things. Everyone wants to be free. Everyone wants to be happy. And if you make that shift into others' perspective, suddenly the world becomes huge, becomes very colorful,
Yeah.
becomes a world full of, instead of just a world of one lead actor and extras, it's everyone suddenly has their own story. And I like what you're saying, it's like you can get very, very interested in other people when you have love. You find them far more interesting.
Yeah.
Um, it makes life, well, I would say just infinitely more enjoyable when you have love. Wherever you go, for one thing, you feel friendship.
Yeah.
And wherever you go, it's interesting. Life becomes very opposite of boring,
Yeah.
becomes interesting. Um,
You learn a
so
lot too, don't you?
you learn so much. You learn so much.
I mean, people have so much to share. There's so much experience.
You really do, actually.
Yeah.
You
If
really
we
do.
get outside of our own viewpoints, we can learn so much. I think that relates to the first question of how do we solve conflict? I mean, if we can really
Right.
pay attention to other people and step outside of ourselves, which is Buddha's incredible method of exchanging self with others, which we're going to look at on the retreat, is which we'll practice, is that attention to others and kind of entering into their world and experience. And that can be really extraordinary. And humbling and inspiring. But I think so much of it.
Oh, I just got actually. I just sort of had this thought. Sorry,
What's that?
my thought was I simply cannot wait to. I can't wait to hear what. I can't wait to go to this course and hear your teachings on the subject.
Oh,
But I was just
I'm
thinking that
teaching
you
it.
were saying that this is going to be so much fun.
I'm looking forward to it too. This is a fun conversation as well. We probably don't want to bore people.
So I think if you say any more, we'll be giving the whole course. In fact, but we're not because we haven't even really explained the hows of it, have we, at this point? They are hows of it. The hows of it, we're going to explain on the Valentine's Day special. We're going to explain it on the Equalizing and Exchanging weekend course.
Yes.
Um, yeah, any messages for the great people of Colorado that you're going to see come visit us?
Yeah, I'm so much looking forward to meeting you all and going into these teachings, exploring these questions, and just digging deeper into what's really more meaningful in our lives. So I look forward to meeting you. I hope you bring friends or family. This is really something that's for everybody. I really believe that Buddhist teachings are for everybody. They're dedicated to the happiness and welfare of all living beings. So whether you're Buddhist or not, please come and enjoy and learn something new and
Please.
helpful for your life.
Thank you very much. We're so excited you're coming, and we're going to have brilliant time.
Looking forward to it.
See you all there. Bye. Talk to you later, everybody.